What's cracking, y'all? I'm starting up a new puzzle series, and the basis of the puzzle series is to try to climb towards 3,000 puzzle rating, but I'm trying as hard as I can not to care about my puzzle rating at the same time. If I go down, I feel like that helps me get those puzzles down in that lower rating to build upon and eventually improve. So I'm going to take a maximum of 5 minutes per puzzle to figure out my first move, and if I don't know the move, I'm going to take my best stab, and if I don't get it right, or don't understand the puzzle, I'm going to analyze it and figure out how it works. And I think that'll help me get as many puzzles in as I can while still really giving myself some time to analyze the puzzle and think about what might be happening. I feel like I'm hypothesizing that 5 minutes might be the sweet spot for this sort of thing. So I'm going to try and make it happen. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for following along. Let's get right into it. All right, let's push some puzzles. Let's see what we got today. Hopefully we can make something happen here. So we got rook staring at each other here. Got this bishop doing this thing. Doesn't appear that I have any checks. Okay. So I think probably what's happening is that if I trade here, the pawn takes, which opens up the queen, which is covered by the knight. But if I take the knight first, and the pawn takes back, then I can take here, and I win the queen. But what if I take the knight and the rook takes with check? And I think probably, so I could take with the knight or the queen, but either way, this threat is no longer here. So do I have to take this first is what I'm wondering. So if I take here, queens stare at each other, then I take the knight. If queen takes, so I take here, takes, It's got to have something to do with this. I'm not really sure what the order should be, though. So if I take this, the pawn doesn't have to take. But if it did, what do? Take this? Then, I mean, you can force the queens off and then take back. That's not a problem at all. Except, mate. If I take back with the queen, I'm threatening mate back here. So maybe that has something to do with it. All right, so here, 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 here. And then I think, so the knight has to stay protecting this. Yeah, I think that's got to be it. So I think, so I take here, and then the queen can't, if the pawn takes, I take the knight, and then white's just totally toast, I think, is what's going on. So rook takes, and then the pawn takes back, and then I take the knight. And what do you do as white? If you take the queen, fine, I take back, but if you choose to take the bishop back, then I'm checkmating you. So you got to do something about that. It's here, take the knight. Awesome. And this is checkmate. So the king's going to have to move out to prevent checkmate, but then I can have time to save my bishop, and all is well. Awesome. All right. Let's keep that hot train rolling here. This looks pretty saucy. I feel like this is just a checkmate. King can come out here, I guess. Can it? Okay, so here, I was thinking if the queen blocks, I take, and I'm good. If the king moves to either of these places, this would be mate. But this line is a little bit sketchier. So if the king goes there, and then I go here and takes, there's definitely more stuff happening. Okay, so that line maybe is worth exploring. I think I have to continue following that line, unfortunately. So here, here, and this is the only way to prevent checkmate with the queen, initially at least. And then here is what I'm thinking, but I don't even necessarily have to do that. If I go there, king goes here. I could push the pawn potentially. I could check here. There's a lot of things happening on this line that are possibilities. I would think that I would want to contain the king somehow. So maybe, so here, here, is this even the right move? I don't have a check with the queen if I don't do that. Is this a big threat? I don't think so. Here, 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 here. I don't really see a follow-up from there. So I don't know if I like that line. Could definitely be missing something. Because like if I push the pawn and check the king can do a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, like once the king gets to here, I don't really know what I'm doing. I would like to get my rook involved. So I kind of like pushing that pawn. Here, here, here. I feel like it must be this check. It just looks so powerful. And the king has to go here. I don't see what else I could do. I could check. Oh, no. Okay, so the bishop's looking at that square. I feel like it's got to be this first move, and then the king is going to come here, and I don't really know what the follow-up is. Can I... Like if the knight was protected and the king didn't have this square, then this would be mate, right? But how do I get the time to do that? Can I support? I have to take away this square somehow. And my knight's being attacked, so it's got to be this, right? If it's not this, I just have no idea, so I'm just going to do this. All right. Bishop blocks was not something I was anticipating at all. But now the bishop is pinned and I just fork the queen. So I think that seems pretty straightforward. Right? Now I just win the queen. So if that's the puzzle, that makes things a lot easier. Because the puzzle's sort of bailing me out by not sending the king there. But I think I'm going to have to analyze this one. Right? This is just a fork of the queen. Am I just taking the queen at this point? I must be. Why would I not take the queen? I'm going to take the queen. Right? Please? Okay. Okay, let's analyze that. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So what happens if the king comes down here is what I was wondering. H7 check. It does like this line. King takes G5. Knight takes E4 check. So this is a long line and it's not saying mate. So it looks like I'm just going to have some weird fork at the end of this line. King F5. This doesn't look good to me at all. What is even happening here? G3 check. So I'm just chasing the king around. I mean, I analyzed this puzzle for long enough that I felt like pretty confident in the move that I made. But this line is ridiculous. Like, how was I supposed to see all this? These are the best moves. F4. So I'm just forcing the king into like an uncomfortable place here. I don't know how or what I'm going to do to it now. E2. I'm just checking the king over and over. That's stupid, dude. Like, what? So, okay. So I made a move that, like, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, some of these I just don't get. That's just what it comes down to. Let's keep it moving. Got another one right. That's cool. Why do I like attacking the queen right now? I don't know why I feel that way. I feel like the rook sack and attacking the queen are my instincts initially. I only have this check, and then I could pin the queen. But that is just a trade. 2 rooks for a queen and a pawn is not good. Okay, well, if I sack here and then take the bishop, is that interesting at all? Oh, no, the king could even take, so that's not good. I was thinking if the queen took, it would unprotect the bishop and I'd put in some pressure on down here, but is this interesting at all? So if I pin the queen to the bishop, takes, the bishop is under attack, and then like maybe I can move in with some threats. It doesn't look very good. So why would this be good? I don't really. So my bishop's pretty closed off here. This one is obviously pretty good. I don't really know what to do with it though. This pawn is pinned right now. Is that interesting at all? Not really. Like the pawn could just push if I went there. You know, like maybe just bringing in the rook and like trying to stack. But this pawn push looks like This pawn push like completely takes away any pressure on the file, I feel like. So I kind of feel like it's not anything to do with this unless I'm sacrificing. But the sacrifice doesn't look very good to me. Well, so if the king took, yeah, I mean, I couldn't even do this because the queen could take. Huh. All right. Back to the knight. Why would this be good? Would it be good? I don't see it. If it would, where is the trick here? I feel like maybe it has. I feel like this is sort of the most interesting thing that I was looking at. If I go, yeah, I pin the queen because I can take with the rook. Why? I was thinking I had to take with the queen for some reason. No, I pin the queen to the bishop. And then the queen is looking at the bishop here as well. Yeah, so right triangle. So the queen's going to have to take, and then I just take with the rook, and I'm winning the queen. That's it. Okay. Queen moves out of the way. Ooh. Yeah, I'm good. Takes here. Yep. Nice. Okay. Cool, we're rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling, dude. Alright, so I can go here with my queen. And this all looks really threatening. Yeah, I feel like I'm winning at least a couple pawns like this. So here, maybe queen blocks, maybe king moves. But if the king tries to move, I could go here or here, and either way I can just take this pawn. And then I'm going to be checking the king again. Even if the queen blocks, I can do that same thing and just go. Can't go here if the bishop's looking here, I guess. But so let me think about this. Here, if king here, I go here, and then the king is forced to here or here. I get the rook to check as well. Maybe that's more interesting. Or maybe this is more interesting because the rook is here. Wait a second. Here, queen blocks or king here. If the queen blocks here, I should be able to win the queen. Like the combination of the rook is like really nasty. I feel like I want to get my queen in here first. If the queen blocks or the king moves back here, either way I go here. And I think the queen's gonna have to block or the king's gonna have to move away. If the queen tries to block, I can just check with the rook, and then the king has to move away. But it wouldn't be a. Okay, it would be a trade. It's got to be that though. Here, I think no matter what happens, king moving. This looks really nasty. They're getting my rook in here. There's got to be a mate there. But there's definitely several lines to consider. But I really like this check, and I don't like the rook blocking. Sorry, the rook checking first. I don't like as much. I do have the opportunity to take this pawn right now with the bishop being blocked on the diagonal, and then maybe getting my rook in would be cool. If I go here, and the king tries to come out, then I can just go here. And then kind of do the same. It feels like a similar move order. I don't know. So I don't know why one's better than the other, because it feels like this and this sort of are accomplishing similar things. There's so many lines to calculate here. This sucks. Here, why is one better than the other? There's going to be like one line that doesn't work, and it's going to crush my soul, and I don't know which one it's going to be. These both just feel really good to me, especially with my bishop here just like, ooh, wait a second. So if I'm noticing now that, so if I go here, queen blocks, here, queen blocks, that's also checking my king. So you can like really force the queens off the board there. I feel like that's probably bad. So if I go here immediately, you can actually just immediately force the queens off. That can't be good. I feel like I like this. Or maybe even this, now that I'm seeing this like potential queen trade force thing. If I go here, and so the king can't come here, so the king is forced over here. Oh, but the bishop could block that. Huh. Okay, I think I like this move best after analyzing for a while. I definitely don't see the whole line. There's a lot of lines here. It's not that. Okay. It's not that either. Is it this? So you could have just forced the queens off. Like, why not just force the queens off? Oh, the bishop is looking here. Ah, man, that was stupid. Okay. I was like, so I almost completely ruled out that move because I thought you could come here and trade it off, but I completely overlooked the bishop. Dumb. Okay. Now do I do this? Looks like that's like kind of a must do. Bishop blocks here. Now the queen is not looking there anymore. I don't see the mate completely, so only one move here though, right here. And then, or yeah, because the bishop is pinned. So king here, queen here, or actually this is probably mate. King here, bishop there is mate. No, the king can go here. And then this would, no, yeah, that's mate. It's not even mate. King's escaping. What's the mate? All right, let me analyze this. This was a tricky one. I don't know how many points I just lost there. Okay, so yeah, so I mean, I thought you could trade the queens here because I'm a dingus and didn't see this move. So yeah, this looks like a pretty good move. What's wrong with this move though? D3. So yeah, I think you can just trade the queens. Queen F4 check. So it wants me to do that move anyway. D1 now. So now that the queen is here, it's somehow protecting better. Huh? I don't understand. What's the difference? So D1, and then what do you want me to do? Queen takes F2. Not even check. So what was the difference here? If I go like if I go here immediately, why can't the queen just go here? Okay, so you can't block, but the queen getting in here just interferes well enough somehow. So D1, Rook D8. I'm not sure that I see the difference here. I really want to understand this. So what's the problem? So for some reason the queen moving here ruins the entire thing, and I don't understand why. In the puzzle, the bishop blocked. Here, what's the difference? So, wait, what happened in the puzzle? Is that what happened in the puzzle? Okay. What's the difference in the line? I don't understand the difference in the line. Why does the bishop block here? What if the queen blocks? Or like, what's the point? So the bishop is pinned now, so I can't do anything about this, but in the other line, so when I went here, queen blocks. And my queen is threatening, so like, but then I can win the queen though with the rook, right? I don't know. I'm having a really hard time wrapping my head around that one for some reason. Let's keep it rolling. Okay. All right, on to the next. How many points did I lose there? A few. Pretty much back to where I started, I feel like. All right, so I have a discover check opportunity here. I'm being checked by the queen. So I have a discover check. These are fun when you can discover check and block a check at the same time. I think I could also go the double check. Is this a mate? This is mate, isn't it? That's mate. That's crazy. So I'm being checked. I can block a check and double check simultaneously, and there's just no move that black can make to get out of the check. That's crazy. Spicy one. Spicy one. 5 points back immediately. We don't care about the rating, but that's what happened to my rating just now. Okay, so Only check is this one, right? Or this one, I guess. I'm interested in this, trying to get my bishop here. Obviously, it would just be taken right now. That looks kind of interesting. Thinking about like attacking the bishop while simultaneously supporting this, that looks kind of cool. So if I attack the bishop, you could do this and pin my rook to the king. But I think I could still do this. No, that wouldn't work. Okay, I liked that, but I don't know that I like it anymore because I think this saves the day. I guess my bishop is still protecting. But I want to get my bishop to here. So like I was thinking maybe I could attack this bishop, which is actually protected. It's that plan was terrible. I don't like that plan at all. Okay, what else do I have? It feels like there's threats over here. This pawn tension is interesting. Feels kind of random. Ooh, okay. Well, maybe I can make a mate threat happen here. The rook is protecting though. Is it something to do with the pawn push? Can I fork these two pieces somehow? I feel like there's kind of a lot happening here. Like this looks interesting, but the rook definitely protects it. Alright, so I'm seeing a lot of just interesting little tactical patterns. But I don't see any of them working. My rook is under attack. It's not checkmate because the bishop can block, but it's pretty darn close. So it kind of feels like I want to move my rook. Unless I have just like a checkmate that's about to happen. But this little fork doesn't look very good, because my rook is hanging. So I still kind of like my rook here just to try to support this, but it feels really slow. And this pin is annoying. I probably just have to take and then block a check after we trade. And it looks like I could take this pawn. Yeah, but my rook's hanging, so that's not going to be good, probably. I feel like I have to move this rook, unless I have a checkmate, but I just don't see the checkmate. So the rook attacking the bishop, maybe my most interesting thought, even though the bishop is not hanging at all, but it just moves the rook to an open file and threatens to support this fork, is really my only thought. Yeah, we're past 5 minutes. I think I'm going to take a stab at this. I don't love the move at all. It's kind of my only thought right now, so let's give it a shot. It's not that. Okay, let's analyze. Going backwards. Moving backwards, unfortunately. Alright, what did it want me to do? I completely missed that the queens are looking at each other, which is just so unbelievably embarrassing. And it was the bishop fork. That's just so stupid, man. How am I so brain dead? That's crazy. That's just that's just. I looked at this puzzle for 5 consecutive minutes, had a lot of thoughts about a lot of different things, and never noticed that the queens are looking at each other, which is just incredible. Honestly, it's just so incredible that you could be that blind. And then the fork that I was talking about is here. That's wild, man. Okay, let's keep it moving. Oh, I'm shaken. I'm gonna try to not be so shaken by that, but man, that's really bad. Okay, I can guard my own rook and threaten mate. So if I get my bishop out of the way, this is gonna be checkmate. Is there anything I can do about that? My queen's under attack. Am I threatening? Oh man, that would have been really bad twice in a row if I just missed this type of queen situation. So it feels like I have to give a check. So if I go, oh, that's it probably. If I go here, the only thing, can the king walk down? So if I go here and the rook takes, I'm thinking this check, and then I can make that move happen that I was talking about. But if I go here and the king comes down, then what do I do? Can I just go here? Yeah, that's going to work. That's going to work, I think. So if I go here and the rook takes, I have this check. King can only move down, and then I just bring the queen over. That's mate. If I check and the king moves, Then I check. King moves again. Check. King moves again. And this is mate. So either way is going to be checkmate. Alright, my thought process here was here. Here. Oh, okay. I didn't see. So the king can move behind the rook. And then this. And then this. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Alright. Got 5 back. I think I'm down. I think I'm down on the day so far. Let's try to finish up. Cool. So, interesting little corner situation here. If I go here, king looks kind of safe here. I do have this. Do I go here first? I think so. I don't think black has a single move that saves checkmate if I go there. That's kind of hilarious. So I push here to I just push the pawn to take away the square, and then no matter what black does, I think I can checkmate on one of those 2 squares with my queen. Yeah, there aren't like any wild checks. The knight can't really jump in and do anything. The queen and the bishop are both blocked off from participating. Pawn push isn't doing anything. Super slow, but that's a checkmate. Alright, there we go. Gotta weave that mating net sometimes. Alright. It looks like I can attack the queen. I guess this rook could force a rook trade, maybe? So if I go here... Yeah, I don't know if that works. Here, here... I don't have to do that, though. Wait, here... I don't know. I feel like that's going to be it. Oh, wait, I can pin the queen. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Wait, I can pin the queen. If the rook goes here, check, I can just drop here, right? That looks pretty good to me. So I take the pawn, pinning the queen to the king. Unpinning would lose the queen. If the rook goes here, which would be kind of interesting, I just move my king and I'm still pinning the queen. If the rook ever tries to move in front of the queen and unpin it, I just take it. My rook is hanging, but I mean it's not hanging, but it's sort of hanging. Can win an exchange here, but this looks pretty nasty. I think I like pinning the queen. I like it. Okay, and then I just move the king and continue protecting my rook. A little scary that this is checked, but I think I just take back and I'm just going to win the queen. It's got to be right. What? What was all that? I don't know why. Just sacrificing all the pieces at the end. Okay, cool. Oh. Got to switch back to scene 1. Alright, got a W there. Got a W there, but hopefully you guys can see that. I don't even know what the scene looked like. Alright. Let's do a couple more puzzles here. Mate in 1. Not mate in 1. The knight blocks. What do I do here? I'm down a lot of material. If I go here, the knight just blocks. Then what do I have? I mean, so that wins the rook. Is that good enough? Probably not. I'm down a rook and a knight. But like, what am I doing if I'm not doing this? Is it this first? Probably, yeah, actually. Yeah, I think it's this first. If the king moves back, then the knight blocking just gets taken. And the king has nowhere to go. If the king goes forward, then I just go here, and that's mate. All right, so I just kind of a classic back ranker. Nice, dude. All right. All right, let's do this one last one. We'll call it a day on the puzzles. Kind of tempting to just do this. I was hoping I could find a fork at the end of that, but I'm not seeing one. So here, like if the queen took, then I would take. Yeah, that doesn't. None of that's really. I mean, the king could do other things, and then like at the end of the line, the pawn doesn't have to take that. I was thinking maybe I could find a way to fork the rook and the king at the end of the line, but I'm not sure. This rook doesn't really seem to be participating at all. I don't really know how to get it involved. I feel like it wants to come here really badly, and I don't know how I would make that work. This pawn is really the only piece that's supporting anything. I wouldn't think that I would want to go just diving in here where my knight's supporting. The king being on a dark square. Like this is, I only really have 2 checks that I'm considering. I guess, is this oh. No. No, I don't like that at all. Like, yeah, these knight checks don't look good to me. So what do I do? Where is the threat here? The king looks like pretty safe to me. If yeah, so the knight and the queen both have this protected. I am unsure. Yeah, I don't feel like I have a remote clue here. Like maybe if I check here, king can do a lot of things. No matter how I check the king, it can do a lot of things. So it's hard to calculate these. And like even just like the random sacrifices, multiple pieces can take them in all positions. Like this, I don't see anything. So this forking the queen is maybe interesting. Oh, I can take the knight. That's it. I can take the knight because when the pawn takes, this knight can jump in and fork the queen. Nah, but the king can go here. No, it can't because of the pawn. Okay. Yep, that's it. It's just a hanging knight. This is like the useful tactic that I could start seeing in games. Like these are the type of ones where like I have a fork after a sacrifice like that. That's the type of stuff that I would love to be like starting to try to find in games because I think it would be super helpful and will win you a game. Sick, dude. All right, solid finish. I think I'm up a little bit on the day, which is good. We love that, despite the fact that we don't care about the rating. We're learning out here, but it's always good to feel little positive momentum. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. That'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.